Hello, all you hardcores out there, how you doing? Bruce Lee from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here, and nobody dare say, isn't that right? Big Joe Egan. Keep handing them out, but make sure after you rinse your mouth out with TCP. That's what all liars should do. Right, here we go. Greg Marriott says Fury in camp for Usyk will go like Brook versus Khan did. Hey, well, you would do, wouldn't you, Greg? You're going to say that, aren't you, for the simple reason. If you're a nutrition guy or S&C guy or whatever for Tyson Fury, you're either going to come on social media going on about, oh, it was a tough camp and it was this or that and he won't put an effort in and tail were wagging dog and I felt like a spare part and all that. You're not going to say that, are you? You're going to come out and say what they want you to say because they are paying your money. They're paying you your wages. So you're going to say what they're telling you to say, aren't you? God, if we're to get behind Kell Brook's performance against Amir Khan, comparing Tyson Fury in camp to Kell Brook training for Khan and winning, Usyk's not Amir Khan, is it? No disrespect, because Amir Khan's been there, hasn't he? He's been an elite fighter, but let's have it right. Usyk at this stage of his career is not Amir Khan. So Greg Marriott, give your head a shake and lose that dodgy whatever you've got going on your face there that you've got going around. Oh, embarrassing. 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 Come and see me if you want your head done, though. We'll get that scalp done for you. I know a kid will do it for you. You can come here. We'll take your money off you. All right, lad. Do we see Fury disappearing? Or are we going to see him till he's 40 odd? Listen, right. Do you think for 1 minute that they're going to disappear while there's money on the table? They're not going anywhere. Get ready. Even when the old man clumps somebody, and it will happen, he'll give it one of them, or he'll do something, he'll just pick them up. Right, he'll pick them up and he'll get locked up. And even when he's locked up again, they'll still keep doing it. They'll still keep fighting. So these are here while they're 40 odd. So the money will obviously go down and down and down if you get losses and that. But I can assure you that down the line in about 8-10 years, you'll have Moses Atome. Yeah, and knocking him about. Yeah, he'll be knocking him about. All that next gen. That's just nature of the beast. It happens to even the greats. So when we look at Mike Tyson, to get in to share a ring with Danny Williams and Kevin McBride. So no, I don't see Fury retiring or disappearing. They can retire on a Monday and then on Tuesday they're unretiring and they want 10 fights. So all they're doing is just laughing at mainstream media. And can you blame them? Because let's have it right. They hardly gave them a fair crack at whip, did they, when they beat Vladimir? They didn't give him a fair shake, did they, Tyson or his old man or any of them, did they really? Everybody were like, oh, God, they're here. Furies, oh, my God. They all turned up at that sports personality thing in Ireland, didn't they? Every single one of them. Gary Lineker were like, how many of them here on stage? They're everywhere. They're going nowhere. That's my opinion. So get ready. Strength and condition men. We all know my opinion of them. Strength and condition men and nutrition men in boxing. You're not needed. So whatever money you've had out of job, consider it severance pay. Take the train. Get out of Dodge. Go now while you can. All a fighter needs in boxing is one person. He needs his trainer. That's his mum and dad, his auntie, his bird, probation officer, social service worker, chef, nutrition guy, strength and condition guy, but above all else, a confidant, his friend, but his trainer. that word trainer does every single job. He's there in the morning when you're doing road work. If he's an hands-on guy, following you in his car, waiting for you every mile, spurring you on. He's your trainer. Listen to your trainer. Why people get these strength and condition men in and nutrition men, I don't know. Why you need somebody. I've had this conversation with Carl Froch many times. He's of the opinion, obviously, he values the pound note, doesn't he? And he thinks, probably in my opinion, probably thinks everybody's out to rip you off in boxing. And you've got to be careful, haven't you? That's why Carl's regimented. But Carl believes that why do you need to pay somebody to tell you what to eat? Because you know what to eat and what not to eat because you're a professional athlete. So why do you need to pay somebody to tell you what to eat and to prepare it? Because you're putting trust in another person, aren't you? And you're only one person. It's not hard. It's not hard a boxer's meal, is it? Meals, are they really? With a chicken warmed up in microwave that's been cooked a couple of days before. Rice and stuff like that, and porridge and baked tatty and that. You're not eating loads and loads. So why you need people, and I agree with Carl, why we need to pay people to feed us at this certain time and to tell us what we need to eat to lose weight. Well, you know what you need to eat to lose weight, don't you? You're a boxer, aren't you? We see Tyson Fury giving advice to, I forgot her name now. There's Piers Morgan and there's that woman with black hair, isn't there? Who used to do it with him for ages. I forgot her name now. So she's quite bland, isn't she? About 50-year-old. But anyway, he was telling her how to lose weight and what to eat and not to eat. So you know what to eat, Tyson, don't you? Why they need to employ these people, I don't know. If these people are any good, they'd be working in the football industry, except they're not. So they end up in boxing industry. And if you ask any trainer worth his salt, they don't want them around. The only people that have these people around them are dummies or lazy people that have got money. That's just my opinion. Well, if you're bright as a button, why would you pay somebody to feed you at a certain time? And knowing, and you know what to eat yourself. I don't get that. You'd only need them for 1 month to get into a routine. Well, I know I need to eat that. I know I need to eat that. I know I need to lift that, and I know I don't need to lift that. If you're working it out between what an S&C guy does and a nutrition guy does, they're not needed in the sport of boxing. We all know the story about Mark Tibbs, don't we? Going out to Portugal to see Dylan White, and they're handing him spreadsheets and this and that, and he went, here, forget your spreadsheets. Dylan, just get on the fucking scales. That's it. That's it. The scales are the Bible. All right? The scales are the Bible. You can train as hard as you want, and as fast as you want and work up a sweat. But when that trainer's not there with you, what are you shoving in your pie hole, all you boxers? What? It happens to all of them. I were on a strict diet a while back, just seeing what I could do with myself and how far I could push it. But there were odd night when I was climbing wall, I had to go downstairs and get my mouth wrapped around a big bite of a Snicker bar or something. I just needed something in my stomach, some bit of sugar or something. So it is hard, but the trainer can't be responsible for what you're eating at night, can he? Because he don't go to bed with you, does he? So you've got to, if you put the F in, all very well, but strength and condition guys and nutrition guys, if they're any good, they'll be working in football industry. That's my opinion, and that's not a dig at these guys, but I think they're poncing a living and they're clogging system up in boxing. I think it's poncing a living getting into fighters' heads with spreadsheets and you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. Did you see Jack Dempsey having strength and condition guy? What about Larry Holmes? Hey, when they were doing 15-round fights back in the day, 15 rounders. Did they have strength and condition guys and nutrition guys? No. Did Bruce Woodcock from my village, when he were heavyweight champion? No, they didn't. In them days, they just had Aggies, didn't they, and ran in pit boots. 80 years ago or whatever. But point I want to make is, they still did the rounds, didn't they? They didn't carry a lot of excess weight. Heavyweights then were like 13 stone 8. Do you know what I mean? Which is not even cruiserweight now. So, my opinion, people getting bigger, it's because they're lazier. Because you've seen the shape, some of the states Tyson Fury gets in, haven't you? And now all of a sudden we've got this Greg Marriott coming out saying, look at the shape he's in, I get people in shape, this and that, and I'm the missing piece and all that. Well, the proof will be in the pudding, but we heard all that before, didn't we? When Kell Brook were fighting Golovkin, Kell's a beast, he's really a super middleweight. Boiling down to middle, he's a beast, he's bigger than Golovkin. What happened? Where were you? Where were all your expertise then? Oh, don't worry about it. We'll get it. We'll get Errol Spence next, another world title fight. We'll be stronger than we ever were at welterweight. What happened with that one? Both fights ended up with both eye sockets smashed in. Why is that? Where were these strength and condition nutrition men then? Did that help Kell Brook? No, it didn't, did it? All it does is give you a mental edge. That's all. That's all. You can get a mental edge by just going and wearing a pair of black boxing gloves. That'll give you a mental edge because the background, once the punches come into your head, is all black under the lights. All right, that'll give you a mental edge. Or your trainer saying to you, hey, I've heard he's had a rib injury, opponent, bit of good luck, that. Little things like that. All this buying into this and flying people about like the superstars and that, it's a load of rubbish. Ask any trainer in the UK worth his salt what he really thinks about strength and condition and nutrition, man. Get them gone. They're not needed in the sport of boxing. Dominic Ingle can do all three, so if you go to Dominic, you're going to be very lucky, aren't you? He can train you, and obviously we've seen what he's done with Kell Brook. He's probably the most complete fighter we've had in the last 50 years, Kell Brook. Ask anybody. He does everything 9 out of 10 across the board. So Dominic can train you, can strengthen condition you, which is not hard really, just writing stuff down and you'll get stronger as weeks go along. And you know what to eat. A fighter that don't know what to eat, what is this edge that these nutrition men are bringing? What? Because it didn't work in Golovkin fight or Spence fight for Kell Brook. So what is these edges? Oh, it worked in Amir Khan fight, but where's the edge? I don't see any. I don't see any. I think it's a load of old pony. It is what it is. Your trainer is your edge. All right. Well, it is what it is. But like I said, did it help Kell Brook moving up £13? No, it didn't help him. Did it help him moving down £13? No, it didn't help him. And everything I said before them fights came true. We have fight division. We have divisions, weight divisions for a reason. Fighters are not superheroes, are we? Are they? I'm all over the place this morning. We have weight divisions for a reason. And fighters are not superheroes, are they? Leave that in, Cameron. That just shows how authentic I am. It's raw, isn't it? So, but what can you do? So it's not for me. Most trainers I know think it's a load of old pony. It's just poncers, poncing a living in boxing with a little bit of an entourage and people giving them a G up. That's all it is. So. But it didn't help Kell Brook. He got his face smashed in both times, did it? But it worked for Khan, as I've said. Look, I rest my case. Listen to your trainer. That's all you need to do. Listen to your trainers, all you fighters out there. He's your mum and dad and everything that you need in boxing. And you should also be advising you who to train, because, who to fight, because they put it to the trainer every time. Who do you think we should fight? What about this person? So let your trainer do everything, and work out a price for him. All right. And then once you can manage yourself after 3 years, you just cut it down what you give him, don't you? That's all. You only need your trainer. Get rid of all these other lickers in the sport. These people who are getting themselves on social media doing interviews. Oh, I'm a nutrition man, I'm a strength and condition man. Well, if you were any good, you'd be working in football. Go on, get gone. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Oh, yeah,